Liquid Death sells water. They grew by partnering with metal musicians. AG1 sells supplements. Their biggest acquisition channel is podcast creators and founders. Prime, Logan Paul's drink, was sold by a YouTuber and a boxer, not fitness influencers. None of these brands won by pitching the obvious creator in their category. They won by doing the opposite. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how top D2C brands find these creators and the workflow that I would use if I was running marketing at one. But before you go run this for your brand on Monday, there are 3 ways this strategy fails, and most brands only realize it when it's too late. So stick around till the end, because if you get one of those wrong, none of these matters. Here's the truth about D2C influencer marketing right now. It's a crowded and saturated space. Beauty, fitness, skincare, nutrition. A new product launches every other Tuesday, and the same 500 brands are flooding the same 500 niche creators with PR boxes, gifting, and affiliate codes. The data is brutal. Sponsored posts pull, on average, 36% lower engagement than organic content on the same creator's account. Same audience, same face. The drop happens the moment the audience smells the ad. Audiences have built immunity. They can spot a sponsored story 3 swipes away. Lighting changes, captions get weirdly enthusiastic. Suddenly the creator is obsessed with something they have never mentioned in 2 years of posting. In saturated verticals, ROI has dropped year over year since 2022. And it's not because influencer marketing stopped working. It's because now there's more sponsored content than audiences are willing to put up with. A niche creator is like the most expensive billboard on the most crowded street of the city. And every brand in your niche is probably bidding on the same slot. So here's what the smartest brands started doing, and you probably didn't even realize. They stopped chasing the obvious creator and started chasing the pattern break. When a beauty creator posts about a serum, your brain files it under ad before the caption finishes loading. But when a music creator, someone whose entire feed is studio sessions and tour clips, casually mentions the moisturizer they actually use, your brain doesn't have a category for that, so it doesn't immediately reject it. That's the play. The creator's audience has never been sold your category before, so the recommendation lands as taste, as an honest suggestion, not a commerce. Relevance gets you in the room. The pattern break gets you remembered. And before you say, yeah, interesting theory, Sam, let me name some brands who have already done this successfully. Mattress firm. They sell mattresses. So they partner with not sleep creators, not wellness creators, but a comedy podcast. Paige DeSorbo and Hannah Barner had been joking on the show about bed rotting, the Gen Z thing where you spend the whole day in bed doing absolutely nothing. Mattress firm caught the moment, partnered with them, and let them keep being funny. The product showed up inside a comedy beat, not inside a sleep ad. The audience didn't have a defense against it because comedy podcasts don't sell mattresses. Until they do. Audible, the very well-known audiobook company, partnered with Jesse Driftwood, a videographer and outdoorsman, not a books creator, not a reading creator. And his pitch wasn't, you should read more. It was a problem his audience actually already had. How do I stay entertained on a trail run? The endorsement worked because it solved a problem the audience already had in the voice of a creator they already trusted. Dremel, power tools, a 90-year-old hardware brand. They went to TikTok and partnered with Taelor Q, a busy mom lifestyle creator. Not a DIY creator, not a hardware reviewer. A mom whose audience comes to her for how to keep my life together content. She showed Dremel tools as the thing that made home projects feel doable when you're juggling kids. The result? Dremel's biggest TikTok moment in the brand's history. Power tools sold to a mom content audience. That's not a coincidence. That's the strategy. 3 completely different categories, 3 completely unexpected creators, the same playbook every time. And there's a reason this works that goes deeper than vibes. It's psychology. 2 things happen in your audience's head when a cross-niche creator endorses you. One is the context collapse. A creator pitching a product in their niche reads as paid. A creator using one outside their niche reads as personal. A weightlifting creator pitching a protein bar, obviously paid. A DJ eating one in the booth, That's probably just a snack. The other is the mere exposure effect. Audiences who see your product in non-commercial contexts, such as someone's vlog background, on a desk, or in a behind-the-scenes shot, build preference without realizing it. By the time they meet your actual ad, they've already decided they like you. 92% of consumers trust recommendations from individuals over brands, even strangers. And that trust gets amplified when the recommendation feels uncoerced, when it doesn't look like an ad. Okay, the strategy is clear. Find creators outside your category whose audiences already organically reference products like yours. Now, how do you actually do this? I'm going to show you two ways, the free way and the way I do it. The free version is open Instagram and search the hashtag for whatever problem your product solves, such as high protein meal or morning routine, whatever it is. Scroll, find creators who posted about it but are not in the same category. Open their profile, eyeball their engagement, and try to find their email. Or you could ask Claude or ChatGPT to suggest creators, which works for about 30 seconds until you realize it can't pull live engagement data, can't show the actual post, and has no way of verifying everything it tells you. Both of these break the moment you try to do them at scale. You need 10, 20, 30 creators on a shortlist. Manual scrolling won't get you there. ChatGPT won't either. So here's what I'd actually do. The tool I use is Favikon, specifically the Magic Search feature. What makes it work for display is that you're not searching by niche, you're searching by what creators actually post about, which is exactly the gap. Let's say my brand sells noodles. Instead of searching food creators, which is what every noodle brand on the planet is probably doing right now, I just type what I actually want to find: eating noodles. That's it. That's the whole search. And look at what comes back. These are real posts where creators are eating noodles in their content, but many of them are nowhere near the food category you would expect. Take this guy. He's tagged as a streamer, not food, not lifestyle, streamer. And right here on the postcard, I can already see what I need: view count, likes, comments, and shares. The performance of this specific post, not a channel average. I can also pull up similar content to this exact post, which is how I find more cross-niche creators in the same pattern. I can see more of Kenny's content to check if noodles is a one-off or a recurring thing on his feed. I can ask the platform to explain why this result matched my search, or jump straight to the original post on the native platform. And when I open the post, the creator preview pulls up everything I actually need to make a call. Kenny's a French gaming creator, over 2 million followers across his socials, top 1% in video games and streaming category in France. Now think about what just happened. I searched eating noodles, a behavior, not a category, and I found a top 1% gaming creator in France whose audience has probably never been sold noodles before in their entire life. That's the entire thesis of this video in one search. You can even play with the filters to find creators in a specific country, language, industry, or social media platform. Build a roster of 10 or 15 niche creators, run small partnerships, track which ones convert, and double down on the patterns that work. That's the entire playbook. Now, there are 3 ways this strategy can fail. I've seen all 3 happen, so keep them in mind when you build your strategy. First, cross-niche endorsements have a half-life. Here's what happens. You find that musician whose audience has never been sold skincare. The first post lands beautifully. Engagement is great, so you book them for 3 more. By post number 4, their audience has recategorized them. They're not a musician who uses skincare anymore. They're a musician who promotes skincare. The pattern break is gone. You've turned them into the same kind of niche creator you were trying to avoid. The fix? Treat each cross-niche creator as a 1 or 2 shot, then move on. The strategy isn't one creator forever. It's a rotating roster of creators, each used briefly. Second, your normal creator brief will destroy this strategy. A fitness creator can take a brief that says, please mention these 3 benefits, use this hashtag, and link in bio. They will know how to make that sound natural in their content because they are very used to doing it. A DJ can't. The moment you hand them your standard briefing, they will give you exactly what you asked for. 3 benefits, hashtag, link in bio. And the content we read as a normal sponsored post, just from a weirder source. The fix? For cross-niche partnerships, hand over creative control. Tell the creator what your product does and ask them to integrate it in their way, in their voice, and in their context. The whole point is that the audience trusts their voice, not yours. Third, cross-niche doesn't work for every brand. This strategy works when taste drives the purchase. Coffee, skincare, snacks, beverages, apparel, stuff where the buyer's question is, do I want this in my life? And the trusted creator's personal endorsement is the answer. It breaks when expertise drives the purchase. Technical fitness equipment, medical adjacent supplements, professional grade tools, stuff where the buyer's question is, does it actually work? And the creator's credibility as a category expert is what closes the sale. Liquid Death can use metal musicians because nobody needs expertise to evaluate water. A creatine brand making clinical claims probably can't. So before you run this, ask yourself honestly which category your product is in. Now you know how to avoid these problems. With this hack, you're not buying reach. You're buying the audience's first impression of your category, and you can only do that once. The best influencer for your brand right now might be someone whose audience has never heard of your category. Find them before your competitor does. If you want to run a search just like the one I showed you, Favikon has a free test period. You can try it on the link below. You can run your first cross-niche search in about 2 minutes and see what comes up for your category. Genuinely worth a try before your next campaign.